Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Bank Phillies podcast. I am your host, Pete, along with my co-host, Henry. What is up, my guy?
We're so close to having the magic number be 5. We can feel it.
So close. So close. Oh, wait a minute. And the Dodgers score is 3-2.
Oh,
So now they're up. We've been keeping track of this before we even started shooting, but now it's like I gotta say something now. I gotta say it. Like they're up 3-2. And for everybody that who probably doesn't know, but if the Braves lose tonight, our magic number goes from 6 to 5. So hey, I mean, especially if we want to see both teams lose, it's not gonna happen. But so we'll see what happens there. If that ends up being a Dodgers win, we'll let you guys know. But in other news though, good weekend, man.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
We'll take that against the Mets too. I mean, come on.
Yep. I
Dude.
mean, it's thank God. Thank God.
would have not been in a good mood today.
2 comeback wins too.
Yeah. Which, hey, a little bit more consistency out of the offense starting out the gates would be nice, but I'll take the win. So it's like whatever. But
apparently you won't because you were there for the loss. So
yeah, I was there Friday nights, which was just it was an outlier. It was weird. It was like a weird game. Like it is what it is. Like I'm not even gonna like think about it. Like it was just like I wasn't freaking out too much as other people were. So and so those callers or whatever the other night.
Oh my!
That was
don't even get me started.
ridiculous.
Don't get me started.
But yeah, man, just huge weekend, and they needed that. They needed that
big time.
Yeah.
I'll let you get into the first game because I saw something that was maybe affecting the at bats of the Mets. So I wanted to bring that up after you reviewed.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And real quick update again: Dodgers went up 5-2 just now. So
are you serious?
Swear to God.
Oh
swear to
my God.
Step by step, baby. Here we go. All right, let's get into this series real quick. So I'll get into game one. So as we said, Phil's take the 11-3 loss. Nola started off the game very well, and he had a no-hitter going through about 4 innings. I didn't want to say anything, but I saw something happen. I'm like, no way he pulls this off. Like this will be good. But 5th inning came around, and things just kind of went sideways for him. He gave up a 3-run homer to Francisco Alvarez, and then a couple batters later, gave up another 3-run homer to Brandon Nimmo. Just some weird homers. I mean, the first one just barely like it hit the foul pole, so I was like, all right, is what it is. And then the Nimmo one was just like, all right, things that are kind of falling apart for Nola, which is usually not surprising because we know he usually has these type of innings where it just kind of falls apart. But yeah, and it's definitely something to look at going into the playoffs, which we'll talk about more later. The offense was non-existent in this game, but Brandon Marsh came through later in the game with a homer to at least put some points on the board for us.
Awesome.
Insert Chris Paul meme. But yeah, it was a weird game Friday night.
There were some people out there going, could they come back?
Yeah, oh, for sure. There was people at the stadium thinking there was going to be a comeback. I was like, all right, relax. But yeah, Friday, weird game.
Yeah, I didn't get much out of Friday. I just kind of like let it roll, you know? Like I thought we were going to win 2 out of 3 from this series, but I was just kind of fine with whatever happened, As long as we won one game, I was going to be fine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got it the next 2 days, so it's fine. But I wanted to get into the Nola thing a little bit. Do you think he was tipping pitches?
I don't know. And I know you sent me the video the other night about it, and I was kind of saying like it's like a 50-50 for me. Like I felt like maybe the runner was kind of like trying to throw him off in a sense, but I mean like if you really are like looking into it and seeing that there could have been a possibility of it, but I don't know, man. And if he was, then okay. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just hopefully doesn't do that anymore. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I was just curious because he's not known to do that.
Yeah.
So it makes me nervous for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Do you think he should be the number 2 starter or no?
So yeah, that's the thing. It was in my takeaways and points, and it's good to bring it up now. But I definitely think like Sanchez has worked his way into being maybe the better option of being a number 2 going to the playoffs over Nola, but just knowing how Rob is and how this, team is built, like I know they're not going to take that away from Nola. Like I know they're going to throw him out there, and considering his playoff resume in the past, 2 years, that he's pitched pretty well, and
Right.
I just don't think they're going to take it away from him, and they're just going to keep it the same. And honestly, Sanchez might be over Ranger as of right now. So I mean, if you have Wheeler, Nola, and Sanchez, that's still a good option as long as you get a good game out of Nola.
Yeah, I brought this up today to my dad,
Mm,
because we were listening to it post game because I went to the game with my dad and my brother,
mm,
and they were talking about the possibility of moving Sanchez into the second spot. Now, how would you feel about this? Wheeler goes game 1, that's not a question.
mhm.
Sanchez would go game 2.
Okay.
Nola starts game 3, and he gets piggybacked by Ranger. So he goes 3, Ranger goes 3, and then you know, 8-2, Dodgers just hit another solo home run.
Sheesh. Love it. Yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible idea. But the only reason why I would possibly say no to it is just because of rhythm wise for those guys. And I know when it comes to playoffs that it's like kind of just like in the moment type of thing. And this isn't like, during the regular season where there's like schedule starts and all that. But I just feel like that's something that I feel like they weren't being immune to, especially guys like Nola, like, piggybacking or having somebody piggyback off of him where he's only pitching 3-4 innings and you give it to Ranger.
Right. Yeah,
You know what I'm
I know.
saying? Just
I just I don't want that 170 something million to go to waste. That's what I'm
No, I
worried
know.
about.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. It's just listen, he's gotta be better in the playoffs. Like he just when the moment comes, he's just gotta be better. Like and listen, if he's just trying to get it out now, all the, bad games, whatever, that's fine. Whatever. I mean, is what it is. But listen, like I just said, his resume speaks for itself last 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, and there's something to that, like he's earned the spot. I get it, but
Yeah.
it's just kind of we can't leave anything on the table. No what ifs, you know.
No, for sure. I agree.
That's the
I agree.
that's my fear.
No, for sure. And it's understandable fear. I mean, it's everybody's thinking about that right now. And I just, you know, coming down the stretch here, going in the postseason is probably the most like nervous slash exciting like that we felt in a while. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We're just like, okay, like what's gonna happen? We don't know type of thing, what they're gonna give us, come playoff time. But
You think
we're
we're
also
gonna
very
face the
confident.
Diamondbacks again?
Uh it's a good possibility. For some reason I know a lot of people have been like kind of like nervous about that because of how he played against the Diamondbacks, but I don't know, man. Bring it. Like I'm just like if whatever happens, happens, man. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and we'll beat them. And well, if we lose again, then yeah, it
If
won't
we
go
lose
well.
again, I'll be distraught.
Yeah, it'll be distraught. But I mean, that's the game of baseball. So we just gotta hope that they're on the game. So we'll see what happens. So we'll get into game 2 on Saturday. Phil's got the 6-4 win. Colby Allard started the game for us, and it got off to a rocky start. His pitch count was getting high. He was walking some guys, and the Mets eventually got out to a early 1-0 lead. It was kind of almost like a remake of Nola on Friday because his first 2 innings was kind of like weird because his pitch count was so high. So, which is
Yeah,
another thing
yeah,
that was stood out to me. And then fast forward to the third inning when things didn't get better. As the Mets jumped out to a 3-0 lead off of Starling Marte. I think it was a RBI double. I'm pretty sure. So they drove in a couple more runs and was kind of like, all right, here we go. And not sure what's going to happen in this game. Might just chalk it up as an L. You know what I'm saying? Hope we get Sunday.
yeah,
But
yeah.
and Severino, I mean, for the most part, he was carving up our offense for the first couple of innings. Like it just seemed like it was going to be the day. Like, are we going to get no hit? Which I didn't need to happen.
The
So
fact that we've been in that many situations where we say, "Are we going to be no hit?" is quite ridiculous.
it is
I
ridiculous.
have
It
to
is.
say.
It's unreal. So, but hey, we didn't. So, um, and then up until the fourth inning, things kind of went well for us. Harper finally broke the drought and got us on the board with a solo shot. and it was opposite field homer. So, and
Yeah.
you're kind of like, is it going to get out? Is it going to get out? And it did, thankfully, which was good to see. And I was like, all right, get the energy back into the stadium a little bit. I was working the game, so the energy in the stadium before that was very like, just
Down.
down, which
Yes.
as it should be. And then when Harper hit the homer, it was kind of like, all right, get some energy back into the building. And then fast forward to the 6th inning, and Harper came through with another homer, this time being a 2-run shot to get us within 1 run. So it was like, all right, here we go. Like Harper finally broke through, put this team on his back, and did what he had to do. And listen, that's the type of thing that you need to see going in these last couple weeks is a guy like Harper just starting to get that mojo back a little bit. And for him to do that with the situation we were in is just like, it wasn't shocking to me. Like I knew eventually it was going to happen. Obviously, he was going through this drought, and it seemed like he wasn't having enough power to get the ball out. But we knew that eventually he was, going to come through for us.
Yeah, and you left out somebody that I want to give a little shout out to.
Go ahead.
Taiwan Walker.
Yep.
I know you hate him, and so do I. But 3 innings, 3 hits,
Yep.
no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, but no runs, no walks, 3
Hey,
hits. You don't get through that game without him,
true. True.
you know? So the last 6 innings, the bullpen, including him, only gave up 4 hits.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big part of the postseason.
Yeah.
Because you had your big 3 pitching in that game. You had Colby Allard, then you had Taiwan Walker, then you had Ryan Kirkring, who also pitched today, which he pitched very well.
Yep.
Then you had Hoffman and Estevez. So, I mean, it's right there.
Yeah.
That's essentially the bullpen we're going to see in the playoffs,
For sure.
minus
Yeah.
Taiwan Walker.
Yeah. I mean, listen, shout out to him. Did very well those couple innings, which was good to see. I said, all right,
I just
tip
want to
the cap to you.
give him his flowers. That's all.
For sure. Which
Because we do a lot of
reasonable.
bashing of Taiwan.
For sure.
But
And to tail back off of that though, because I wanted to talk about later in the innings after that. Then in the 7th, Cal Stevenson came through with a 2-run RBI double to give the Phillies the lead. And I mean, he had a battle of an at bat, man. Like
yes.
it was giving me Stott against Strider in the NLDS in 2022, like in Game
Oh
3,
my
where it kind of like broke
God.
it was giving me flashbacks of that. I'm not saying Cal Stevenson is versus Stott, but it was
Oh
just
my
like sitting there.
gosh.
I was like, I've seen this story before, and it
And that was
was
what, in the 7th?
yes,
Oh my God.
yeah, dude. It was like it was great. Like it was like the you're just like on the edge of your seat type of moment. And then in the 8th, he made a huge catch out in center field to save a home run from JD Martinez. And when I tell you, when he made that catch, the stadium erupted. And I was currently walking back to my one spot to drop off my key, and I didn't see it like on the field. I saw it on one of the TVs, and like I heard the crowd erupt first, and then I was like, "What just
Then you
happened?"
got
Like,
to watch it?
yeah.
That's the coolest part.
Well, no, so like I didn't like I saw like the replay of it because like
Oh,
yeah.
alright.
The crowd erupted, and I was like, "What just happened?" And I was blocked for a second my view, and like they were celebrating. Like he was like kind of like him and Castellanos were
Yeah,
kind of like celebrating
Castellanos
the
was
field.
hugging him and
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm like, "What just happened?" And they showed the replay, and I was like, "Holy crap, dude!" I was like, "Dude, like that is he's
Yeah.
he's having himself a day," which was
Yeah.
it was great to see. And then they tacked on another run. I think it was in the 8th as well. And then Estevez eventually got the save in the 9th.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just Cal Stevenson. I mean, a guy like that to really come through and help this team out.
It's guys like him that set teams apart
Hmm.
from just teams and contenders. Like, and
Hmm.
I'm not saying Cal Stevenson, like, oh, anybody would be lucky to have him.
No, I know.
But,
Yeah.
guys like Cal Stevenson and today, guys like Buddy Kennedy, like,
Yep.
those guys are the ones that if they need to win you, if you need somebody to win you a game and they can provide that, that's huge. You
Oh yeah.
can't rely on Schwarber every day. You can't rely on Bryce every day. You can't rely on Castellanos every day. But you sure as hell can depend on somebody in that clubhouse, no matter who it is, no matter what their paycheck is, no matter
Yeah.
how much of a star they are or are not. That's how you can depend on them. That's how like that. That's not. You get what I'm saying?
No, for
That like
sure.
that's huge to have people that you can depend on at any time.
For sure. And it was like a storybook, ending for like how things went for Cal. And I mean, like you saw like the like get him getting hyped at second base after he hit the RBI double, and it's just like that type of stuff is just kind of like what you look back on at the end of the season. If those are the moments that you just look back and you're like, wow, and it like gives you chills because it's like that moment right there has helped us to where we're trying to
Yeah.
get to right now.
Right.
And
Right. Right.
especially we were out Boom. I knew he was back today, but we were out
Mhm.
him with on Saturday, so it's just the guys stepping up in certain spots is what helps you get to that that goal that you want. So it
Yeah.
was just it was an exciting game on Saturday, especially after how they started out, and it was just like you knew that it was like we need this game. We need to
Right.
like get out of here and set a tone type of thing. So it was great to see. It was awesome. Just like I said, the energy in the stadium. I texted you and it was buzzing. It was because I
Well, it's
stayed till the
funny
very end.
because I was watching a game with Dan and Gabby and Dan's girlfriend,
Mhm.
and when that happened, it showed a shot of the stands, and I went, "That place is jumping." And then
Yep.
you text me, you were like, "The ballpark is buzzing." I was like, "Oh man." It was
Yeah.
literally like minutes apart, I'm telling you. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, it's back, man. We're back."
Real
Today,
quick
you
for
should have heard today. Oh my
oh no, I
god.
can't even imagine. Real quick though, quick update. Dodgers just won 9-2. So that means our magic number is
Numbers
down
down
to
to 5.
five, baby. Five. Five more games we clinch the division, man. Holy wow. Wow, man. Woo.
Mm,
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We'll talk we'll talk more about
let's
that
go,
later on.
man.
Yeah, let's go. But real quick, I want to say like after Saturday's game because I had like it was like a small post game event that they had for the employees or whatever. So like after everybody left, they had it in like the rooftop bleachers area. So
That's where I'm sitting
and
for the playoffs.
yeah. So and I'm sitting there like they had some food or whatever, some raffles, prizes, whatever, and like everybody's talking to each other. And here I am, not to be emotional or whatever, but like I'm just sitting there looking at the stadium empty. And I'm just like, dude, this team needs to make it happen, bro. Like I just it's like, everybody's
They're
over here
calling out
talking.
raffle tickets, and you're just like trying
Yeah,
not to cry, looking around, like, "Oh my
like,
god."
dude, I was just like, dude, like, yeah, I was getting emotional, bro. It was crazy. It was
Oh
crazy,
man,
but
that's funny.
especially after a game like that, like it was just like the emotions already running high type of
Oh,
thing.
I can just picture that. Oh god.
Yeah, yeah, but
Ugh.
good day on Saturday, so to say the least. So let's get into today's game, game three. Phillies get the 2-1 walk-off win. Christopher Sanchez had a great game today. I mean, him and David Peterson for the Mets were having like a pitching duel for the most part. And it was kind of like who's gonna blink first. And eventually it was the Mets in the eighth, off a Tyrone Taylor home run, which I was like, okay, like this is a little frustrating just because of like I was hoping the offense would have came through for Sanchez and they didn't up until that point. So it was like, here we go. Like what's gonna happen, whatever. But another bench player making his name for himself, Buddy Kennedy. In the bottom of the eighth, hit a
But yo, that place was shaking.
I can't even imagine. He hit a double to drive in a run to tie the game. I mean, it was just again back to our conversation, just making a name for themselves, filling
Yep,
in and doing their job, and having a great at bat. Like it was just like,
that's
it
exactly what I mean.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
just having good at bats, just
ugh.
putting the ball in play, not a homer or anything like that. Just nice ball hit the right, it's like or hit the left. Sorry, hit the left, and it was just like it was great to see. Um, and then eventually in the ninth, later in that inning, JT hit a ball into the gap off of Edwin Diaz to win the game. So
Ed Luz Diaz.
yeah, yeah,
Clown. Play those trumpets, son. Oh my god.
dude. I mean, just and great moment for JT.
That was the quickest game I've ever been to in my life.
I was gonna say it was going by really quick,
Yeah,
just
so
because of the pitching.
I got tickets through work, and
Hmm.
we were Hall of Fame club,
Nice.
and so me, my dad, and my brother are there, and like we love just a good old fashioned baseball game, like that's you know. So I'm sitting there, we got the food, we went up and got food, and we ate at one of like the little tables that's in the Hall of Fame club. It has like some some bar stool chairs, whatever,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what inning is it? Because I was like, this is going quick. And
Yeah.
Dan was like, it's the fifth or it's about to be the top of the sixth. I was like, are you joking? I was like,
Yeah.
it's literally been like an hour and 15 minutes. Or no, it was an hour at that point. And I was like, man, this is kind of crazy. Yeah, I didn't notice this until my dad pointed it out. And because we were like, oh, it's just such, like pitcher's duel, whatever. Like
Hmm.
nobody's really getting hits. That's why this is going so fast. It's not even just
Yeah.
the pitch clock. Sanchez, I don't know if you know this. Sanchez threw 87 pitches, 69 of them were strikes. He only threw 18 balls. He had like
Yeah.
five. He threw like 5 balls in like 4 innings,
Yeah.
and we're watching like, what is going on? Like they're swinging at everything, but then again, that can come at a price
Yep.
because if you throw it in the strike zone, they're bound to do something with it, which is what they did. They hit the home run. So
Yeah. Exactly. And listen, I mean, those stats you throw at us, I mean, that's potential game 2 starter in the
that's
playoffs,
what
man.
I'm
I mean,
saying. That's what I'm saying.
that's
Like,
the tough
and
part about
and
it.
especially if you're at home, because I think its
Hmm.
ERA is like 2. It might be under 2 now at home
Yeah. Home. Yeah.
because it was 2-1-1 or something like that
Mhm.
before today's game. So
Yeah.
if you're at home, that's a thing you need to entertain,
Oh, for
you
sure.
know. But
Yeah.
I think the kids earned it. Noah's earned it too, but I mean, I think at the very least you can put him to start game 3. You don't have to do like a bullpen game or hope that Zach Wheeler's on 5 days rest.
For sure. Yeah. It's honestly, it's like it's a tough situation to be in, but at the same time, you think to yourself, it's
It's a
we
great
have.
spot to be in.
I was gonna say it's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
tough, but it's great at the same time. 'Cause you're like, man, we
Right.
got options here, and it's like, I mean, we can't go wrong, if
Yeah.
Nola's on his game. So,
Right.
but yeah, it's just amazing game from Sanchez. I mean, 7 strikeouts, and I know they were talking about his slider like from the rip, like he was throwing it with like conviction. And it was just like, when he's on with the breaking balls, bro. Like it's just like,
Right.
and and the good thing about it is he was getting ahead on the batters like really quick, like 0-2 and stuff like that. Like it was just like it was happening real quick
Yeah,
for him.
that's what I'm
So
saying. Like he was mowing them down.
yeah.
It wasn't foul ball central. It wasn't
Hmm.
any of that. By the way, a foul ball went right over my head and it hit the
Jeez.
wall. No, not even fingertips. Like I couldn't reach it. There was no
Oh,
way.
okay. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I stood up and everything. But it hit the wall and actually left a white mark on the wall. It hit so
Jeez.
hard. This guy that got it, his girlfriend or wife or whoever he was with, got it, got one too. So they both had
Yeah.
one. And I was half tempted to just grab that thing, just, like just
Yeah,
pluck
exactly.
it right from him. But no, I'm just joking. But yeah, man, I can't wait for Red October.
I know.
I am very ready, very ready.
Real quick, going, staying on game 3 before we end it, but like, the bullpen. I mean, not just today, but the whole series looks strong. But I mean, Kirkering today and Jose Ruiz
Mhm.
looked awesome. I mean, Kirkering recently has just been
He's been lights out.
lights out, just
Yeah,
confidence
lights
showing,
out. It's
everything,
unbelievable.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. It's. I mean, all you need. Sanchez got you through 3 innings.
yeah,
Or 3 innings,
seven,
7 innings.
seven innings. I agree with you too. That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, right, right. You're like, oh yeah, yeah. No, he got you through 3.
7 innings.
He got you through 7 innings. 6 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts.
Yeah,
Kirkring got you an inning, and then you got an inning from Jose Ruiz.
yeah.
What more can you need? That's it.
Bullpen
That's all you need.
strong as ever. Strong
Whoa,
as
whoa,
ever.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
Relax. I
No,
don't know.
I'm
I don't know.
just.
Strong as ever is a little rough there. I don't
I don't
know.
know, man. I'm just saying. I'm giving some credit, dog.
Well, at least they want to go to London for postseason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude. It was a good series overall. They needed that, especially against the Mets. Harper hitting the 2 homers. Just to go back to that real quick, it's a great sign, as I said. Just he needed that. He knew he was going to break through to get his power back, to get the confidence back too. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna doubt Harper. Like I
Yeah,
knew, like
yeah.
we pointed out that he was doing bad. Held him to that standard, whatever. But we knew in the back of our minds that he was eventually gonna break
He's
through.
gonna
And
do it. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna doubt Bryce Harper.
Right.
Like other people were. So it's just like, all right. And then people were talking about the contract extension again. I was like, can we stop
Oh my
that? Like,
God, I'm so
yeah,
sick
dude.
of it.
It's just like stop,
Why is that?
stop. It's just like ridiculous.
All things lead back to Scott Boras.
Yeah, exactly. But real quick before we get into our next block, one question, because they were talking about it the other night on the final, or it was somebody was talking about it. But do we want to see this Mets team again in the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Because guess what? I don't want to see the Braves.
No, not
I don't want.
well.
No,
I don't know.
no. Because I want to forever hold it over Braves fans' heads that we have their number. And if
Yeah.
some ragtag group is gonna if somebody's gonna do it, it's gonna be this ragtag group of throwaways and da da da. Thinking they're playing it like the Sandlot. That's who it's gonna. That's who's gonna beat us. So I don't want the Braves to have anything. I don't want the Mets to have anything either. But I really don't want the Braves to have anything. I almost hate the Braves more than I hate the Mets.
Yeah. Well, it's
So
close. Do you need a new Philly sports t-shirt? Want to rep more Phillies apparel? Philly Go is your way to go, and you can use the code BTBPOD for 10% off at your next order. Beyond the Bank is proud to be an affiliate with Philly Go. As always, go Phils.
all right, and with that, we are going to go into Pete's picks of the week. What do you have?
All right, so we go into Milwaukee starting tomorrow for a 3-game series. I know we start out with the Ranger on the mound tomorrow, and honestly, I think they take 2 out of 3 from Milwaukee. I know Milwaukee's a good team, and they're also fighting for their own thing right now, trying to, be in the playoffs. They are going to be in the playoffs, but I know they were trying to fight for one of the top 2 seeds. So I know they're going to play us hard. But I just think that this team is kind of got momentum right now after that series against the Mets. We also have Wheeler going on Tuesday, so I think Ranger bounces back. I think he has a good game. I know they were saying he's dealing with maybe some dead arm, which don't love hearing
make
that.
any sense. But whatever.
Doesn't make any sense, but whatever. But I don't know. I just think the boys got some momentum right now. They know what's at stake, and they just need to go out there and handle business. And they've played well against Milwaukee this year, especially early in the season. So I'm going to say they take 2 out of 3 there. And then we go into New York on Thursday for another matchup against the Mets for a 4-game series. I'm going to say that we split with them. I just, by that moment, hopefully maybe by Thursday, Friday, they just got to win one of those games so we clinch the division.
Yeah.
So, let's just hopefully that's the situation. But I know the Mets are, look for some revenge, and they're still trying to fight for a spot in the playoffs. Going back and forth with the Braves, so that's something to look out for. But I'm gonna say we split with them, and those are my picks for the week.
All right, sweet.
It's gonna be an entertaining week for us for this team, and
when do you leave for vacation again?
I leave on Saturday.
It's gonna be a close one.
It is. That's why I want them to go into Milwaukee, handle some business. And listen, if other teams are beating the Mets and the Braves, then that also helps us out as well. So it's we also got to win too, but we can get some help, and then that number can start going down a little bit.
Right.
But it's just they also need to handle their own business and just go out there and win.
We control our own destiny right now.
We do. And that's the thing. Yeah, that's all it is. And as I was telling my daddy on the night after we lost the game on Friday, I'm like, listen, I said, they're chasing us. I said, all we need to do is not go on a crazy collapse where we lose out. I'm just saying, no, I'm saying we just don't
Right.
I know this team isn't gonna.
How many games we got left?
I think we have allowed like 13 left. I'm pretty sure after today. I'm pretty
Ooh,
sure.
my over for the wins is still in play. 96. I picked 96 games.
Yeah, we have 13 games left.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, and first team to get the 90 wins this season.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
forgot to say
31
that
games
earlier.
over 500.
Yeah.
Woo.
So,
Man.
but you look at the moment right now, and we look back to like that little skid that they had in July and stuff like that, and we were going
When I
through
was
it.
doing a podcast essentially in the dark.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But to where this team is at now, and they're very close to grabbing a division title. And it's just this season obviously has been ups and downs, and we still got a little bit to go. But it's been crazy, man. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying this. I don't want to say this as like this is like the last like game of the
No,
season,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
It's just
good point to like look back and see.
Right. I just man, they gotta get it done.
Yeah.
I
So
just keep thinking they gotta get it done.
I know.
I'm very ready for Red October. Very ready.
The air is smelling like Red October.
I know.
I
It's
can
a little
sense it.
cool out. It's
Yeah.
it's right there, man. It's right there.
That's all I think about at work. Like that's all I think
Oh,
about.
dude.
Like, I just,
Yeah. You kidding me?
like it's kind of psychotic. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
it's
it's
weird.
unhealthy. Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
unhealthy.
Yeah.
And like I'm in a work group chat, and the manager was trying to set up a staff night out or whatever, and she was like, "Oh, we're gonna do it October 5th." And I said, "Oh,
Maybe you are.
that's funny because guess what? I won't be there because I'll be at Citizens Bank Park." So it's like, sorry, but I was like, do you guys understand like what's going on? Does anybody have a sense? I know everybody's not like a Phillies fan like we are, but like, hey,
Yeah.
it's be Red October, man. Stop planning stuff, okay? So everybody get that. Everybody understand that, okay?
Oh man.
Nobody bother me. No, I'm kidding. You bother me, but just
God.
not during game time. But
That's so funny.
yeah, dude, it's just got a little bit to go left, but just
we're right
handle
there.
business.
Right
Yeah,
there.
we're right there.
So
And like I said, hopefully, I mean, if they clinch while I'm on vacation, I might go live on the Instagram, so to celebrate whatever. But I mean, if they can do it
depending
before,
on the time of day, I'll join.
yeah. And I mean, listen, if they could do it beforehand before I leave,
If it's after 10 o'clock, won't get anything from me, bud. Sorry.
Just be on there by myself. Fine.
Yeah. Yep. You'll be on there by yourself, drinking and doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
but no, yeah. I mean, dude. They gotta get it done.
Yeah, we just keep saying it. It's just like we just know, we just know everybody knows what it's like. So, we'll see what happens, man.
Dude, if we get it done,
I know. I think about it every day.
Like, I bought my. Did I say this last week that I bought my Red October tickets already?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
The tickets. Dude, I was freaking out, making sure I was gonna get them. I was.
No,
it was bad. It was bad. I spent more than half my paycheck on my tickets. So
hey,
I had to do what I had to do.
Had to do what you had to do. It's for good reason, in my opinion, in my eyes. So hey, you're not going to see me judging.
Yeah, right. Like, I told you which World Series game I got selected for, right? Home game number 4.
Oh, okay.
So that would be Game 7. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I can't think about that stuff right now.
Dude, I know. You're telling me.
Oh man. Oh man. All right. Anyway, yeah. So per usual, as I always say, audio listeners, shout out to you guys. Keep hitting the download button. Any new listeners, welcome. I know it's kind of like late in the season now, but happy to have you. YouTube as well. Subscribe if you haven't so far. Keep up with all the social media stuff that we post. I mean, just react to it. Like I said, might do a live video soon. Depending on what happens, circumstances wise, later in the week, we'll see. So make sure to join with that. Also, like I posted the picture the other night. I was at the game. Make sure to use the code for Philly Goat. If you need any Philly apparel, Philly sports, all that type of stuff. Shout out to them. Appreciate to be an affiliate with them. Throughout this whole season so far. So
awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome. So, but yeah.
All right, go Phils.
Go Phils. Out here. Peace.